from sudden intrusions and eerie stalkers to live streams that captured crimes in progress. These moments reveal how the terrifying and unexplained can unfold in real time when the camera never stops rolling. 15. Twitch scammer in wheelchair, caught live. For years, Twitch viewers knew Angel Hamilton as Zillion OP, a wheelchair-bound gamer who streamed daily. His content was laid-back, interactive, and sincere, at least on the surface. Audiences supported him not just for his skills, but because many believed he was disabled. Donations poured in, often framed around helping a gamer with physical limitations. It all seemed genuine. Until one ordinary stream in April 2013 shattered the illusion. During a live broadcast, the camera stayed on as Hamilton suddenly stood up from his wheelchair. No fanfare, no acknowledgement, just a few casual steps off screen. The reaction from the chat was instant. Shock, disbelief, and accusations flooded the screen. Then came a voice, believed to be his girlfriend and fellow streamer, Panthoria, saying, "He stood up. The dog stood up." She seemed unaware they were still live. The clip quickly spread across forums, YouTube, and gaming news sites. What had just happened was more than an embarrassing slip. It was the exposure of a long-running deception. Twitch wasted no time. They banned Zillion OP's channel alongside Panthoria's, citing violations of the platform's rules against fraud and misuse of community trust. Viewers who had subscribed or donated were reportedly refunded. In the days that followed, more scrutiny piled on. Reports emerged estimating Hamilton may have raised thousands of dollars, some citing over $20,000, under the impression that he was permanently disabled. Whether or not there was criminal intent, the community felt betrayed. Twitch clarified their stance. Misrepresenting disability for personal gain isn't just against the rules, it undermines the credibility and support of creators who face real-life challenges. The Zillion OP incident became one of Twitch's earliest publicized scandals. It also sparked difficult conversations. Could digital generosity be abused? How do we balance empathy with accountability in online communities? Hamilton never returned to mainstream streaming. His name became a cautionary tale, discussed not with outrage, but disappointment. 14. Sajidine robbed court on Twitch. Nikki Elise, known online as Sajidine, sat at her desk in Tempe, Arizona, live streaming a Dota 2 match one morning in June 2014. On Twitch, users around the world watched gameplay, chatted and cheered, but no one expected what would unfold next. One viewer noticed something odd, distant shouting from another room. Just seconds later, Sajidine stood up and disappeared off camera. The stream continued. A man carrying a gun entered the room and ordered, "On the ground now." Viewers watched in real time as he took phones, laptops, firearms and other items, as Sajidine and her partner, also a member of Dota Cinema, complied. Within minutes, Twitch chat exploded. Viewers from around the world, some who knew their location, called local police. No neighbors answered, but the online community mobilized fast. Police arrived quickly. One suspect, Edgardo Martinez, was caught fleeing on foot. They recovered stolen items and took statements. The second suspect escaped and was never officially located. Both Sajidine and her partner were shaken but physically unharmed. Viewers expressed relief and support. Hundreds commented apologies that their own neighbors didn't help, but many viewers did. Sajidine posted a public thank you, highlighting how viewers and online friends had directly helped call law enforcement, sometimes before local residents did. This robbery wasn't pre-recorded or staged. The camera captured real fear, truth, and immediate cooperation. It turned what was meant to entertain into proof, a digital lifeline broadcast globally. It underscored a new reality. In a live stream age, audiences aren't passive, they can act. And in moments like this, they made the difference between danger and help. On the night of June 9th, 2014, Twitch streamer Sajideen was deep into a Dota 2 match alongside her team, including well-known caster and player Cinderin. Her stream was quiet but focused, with only the hum of strategy talk filling the room. Then all at once, it wasn't just a game anymore. In the middle of the stream, Sajideen's voice trails off. There's a noise in the background. The sound is distant at first, unintelligible, until the tension in her tone cuts through. She suddenly says, "Oh my God," then disappears from view. The camera doesn't turn off. Instead, it captures what it can from the dimly lit room. Chairs, equipment, an empty seat, and chaos in the background. The stream continues with no gameplay, no voices, just the sense that something very real and very wrong is happening just outside the camera's field of view. Unbeknownst to her audience, Sajideen, whose real name is Christine Yo, was being robbed at gunpoint in her Arizona home. Armed intruders had broken in during the live broadcast. They ordered everyone onto the ground, ransacked parts of the house, and took valuables, all while the stream quietly ran. While none of the violent acts were visible on camera, the sheer silence, followed by viewers' growing concern, made the moment all the more chilling. Some in chat initially assumed it was a tech issue, others felt something was off almost immediately. Roughly an hour later, Sajideen returned to Twitter. In a short but clear post, she confirmed what many feared. "We are okay. Police are here. We'll update soon." In a follow-up, she elaborated that she and her team were safe, though understandably shaken. The robbers had entered quickly and left just as fast, taking electronics and personal belongings. Police responded promptly, and local news outlets later confirmed that the investigation was underway. The Twitch community, meanwhile, was stunned. This wasn't a prank or a trolling attempt. It was real, sudden, and disturbingly invasive, and it happened in the middle of what should have been a routine night of gaming. Fellow streamers, fans, and gaming figures poured in with messages of support. The event raised questions about streamer security, especially for those who use real names, show their homes, or don't hide their locations during broadcasts. Some even admitted they'd never considered how easily a live stream could become a liability, not because of something said or shown, but because of being online at the wrong moment. Sajideen later expressed gratitude for the support and clarified that she wouldn't stop streaming, but would be more cautious moving forward. Her calm in the face of a traumatic event and her decision to return to streaming soon after left a lasting impression on viewers. The incident remains one of the most disturbing real-world interruptions ever witnessed on Twitch, not because of what was seen, but because of what the silence revealed. 13. Mr. 13ig neighbor robbed his house. For most streamers, the unexpected usually means a sudden internet drop or a game crash. But for Twitch creator Mr_13ig, the unexpected came in two disturbing waves, first in the form of an unexpected arrest, and then, hours later, in the form of a quiet theft by someone living just next door. This wasn't a scripted prank or a stunt gone wrong. It was real, and it all played out, unintentionally, in front of a live audience. The streamer's unexpected arrest. Earlier that day, Mr. 13ig had been temporarily detained by police in an incident unrelated to his Twitch content. According to reports, the arrest was short-lived, and he was soon released without formal charges. It seemed like the day would end quietly, with him returning to his setup and resuming his stream as usual. But what he didn't realize was that the brief detainment had left his house vulnerable. When he was taken in, his front door had been left unlocked. His stream gear was still running, and he assumed, like most of us would, that everything would be fine for the few hours he was gone. What happened next caught the internet by surprise. While Mr. 13 IG was away, his live stream remained active. From the corner of the room, his webcam and mic quietly captured something strange. A figure entering the house unannounced. No forced entry, no disguise, just someone walking in through the open door. That someone, it turned out, was his neighbor. At first, the stream's chat thought it was a friend, maybe someone checking in, but it quickly became clear this person wasn't supposed to be there. They moved quickly, glanced around, and began picking up items, electronics, personal belongings, anything they could carry, and all of it was happening on camera. The chat exploded. "Who is that? He's stealing stuff. Call someone." But no one on the stream could do much in real time. The clip was recorded, shared, and went viral within hours. The eerie part: the thief didn't seem to realize they were being recorded at all. By the time Mr. 13IG returned, the damage was done. After reviewing the footage and identifying the suspect, police arrested the neighbor shortly after. What made this case even more baffling was the simplicity of the crime. There was no breaking and entering, no elaborate heist, just an unlocked door and a moment of opportunity, one that the neighbor shamelessly took advantage of. The footage, which later circulated on Twitch clip channels and YouTube commentary videos, became a strange case study in livestream era security. It showed how vulnerable creators can be, especially when unexpected real-life events, like an arrest, pull them away from their own home setups. Viewers rallied behind Mr._13IG, expressing everything from concern to disbelief. Many emphasized how terrifying it was to watch the theft unfold in real time. Others pointed out how important it is to secure your home, even when stepping out for what seems like a short, uneventful errand. But above all, people were shocked that someone he knew could take advantage of him so quickly. 12. Benjamin Bennett almost got robbed during livestream. Benjamin Bennett is a performance artist who began posting his Sitting and Smiling series on YouTube in July 2014. In each video, he sits motionless and smiling into the camera for 4 full hours. No speaking, no blinking, no acknowledgement. This endurance project, repeated hundreds of times over years, has earned millions of views and a fervent following. Bennett's work explores calmness, presence, and the strange power of emptiness. The 5th video in the series, Sitting and Smiling number 5, recorded something entirely unexpected. Midway through the silent endurance performance, a stranger quietly entered the room, opened the door, spoke the word "hello," then closed the door and left. Bennett did not react. He simply continued sitting, smiling, unchanged. The entire incident remained on video. Viewers later described the moment in disbelief. The door opening, the intruder stepping in, and Benjamin not flinching, not moving, even when someone had walked behind him. No attempt to stop the recording, no break in composure. He sat, he smiled. The episode went viral. Commenters called it chilling, bizarre, and unforgettable. One wrote, "He sat there as a stranger entered, said hello mockingly, and he stayed as still as if nothing happened." Others questioned whether it was staged, but Bennett has consistently presented the video as documentary in nature. Critics from outlets such as Vice, Boing Boing, and Reddit discussed the incident as both performance art and a real intrusion. Why doesn't he move? Why keep smiling? Bennett explained that to change his posture, even slightly, would break the ritual. The entire work rests on dispassionate stillness. He once said he continued filming because making that video was more important to me at that time. No security alarm sounded, no attempt was made to protect him. Instead, the quiet ballet of stranger and sitter played out in real time. Bennett's lack of reaction, his steely calm, amplified the unease, cementing the episode as one of the most disquieting moments in online performance art. 11. Jade Ann Stalker calling during livestream. Jade Ann, better known as Jade Ann, is a German Twitch streamer famed for her nightly just chatting sessions where followers tuned in to chat and unwind. Her stream on January 17th, 2021 began like any other: light conversation, casual tone, friendly engagement. Yet before long, the silence was broken in the most terrifying way. Halfway through, Jade Ann received an unexpected phone call. The number appeared to be her father's. The voice on the other end told her, "If you don't show something on stream, I will kill your dad." The language was harsh and threatening. Viewers saw her composure shift. Her gaze went distant. She stepped away for a moment but then returned to reassure followers. "He's okay. I called my dad. He's safe." While the conversation played out in German, viewers sensed the severity. Twitch chat moved from chatty to stunned. After the call, Jade Ann confirmed calling the police and that her father remained unharmed. She continued streaming, though the mood had shifted profoundly. This wasn't the first time she'd been targeted. Months earlier, a stalker had ordered over 25 pizzas to her door and even phoned emergency services to her apartment, all while she streamed. She had expressed growing fear and exhaustion, describing how those intrusions isolated her emotionally and physically. The live call blurred the line between online presence and real-world danger. Thousands watched as a stranger leveraged personal information to threaten her family. Viewers responded with messages of support and outrage, and many credited their attention to the stream with helping ensure her father's safety. Jade Ann later tweeted her gratitude, writing that she was still under shock and deeply shaken, but relieved her father was okay. 10. Trainwrecks TV got disturbed by laser light. Tyler, Trainwrecks TV. Nicknam was in the midst of a casual, just chatting livestream from his Vancouver apartment when a sharp green laser beam suddenly sliced across the room. Without warning, a bright green laser dot appeared against the wall behind him. Trainwrecks TV froze. Viewers watched in real time as the laser reappeared, this time tracking his movement around the room. He looked visibly unsettled. What the FK was that? Where the FK is that coming from?" he exclaimed aloud, his voice tense and unmistakably alarmed. Panicked, he stood and moved around the frame, trying to locate the source, but the laser seemed to respond as he shifted. He called the viewers weirdos and demanded that they stop. Within moments, he closed the blinds and ended the stream to protect his privacy and safety. Stream sniping, a term usually reserved for online attackers disrupting games, had crossed the line into real life. This incident demonstrated how viewers could access not just digital content, but physical spaces shown on camera. The laser beam's timing reinforced the suspicion. The person knew when Trainwrecks TV was exposing his windows. Community reaction was swift. Many Reddit users commented on the surreal creepiness of someone turning his own stream into surveillance. One user wrote, "Scary as hell. It felt intentional, like they confirmed that was his apartment." Trainwrecks TV later shared that he would never show his windows on screen again. He warned other creators to take similar precautions. This incident wasn't violent, but it was invasive. A green light turned a friendly broadcast into a moment of vulnerability. It highlighted how live streams, especially those revealing private space or blurrier exteriors, can expose creators to unexpected threats. It also raised awareness. Live streamers are not just entertainers, they're visible in real life. Viewers can respond, locate, and even invade the private sphere, sometimes with malicious intent. That realization led Tyler and many others to rethink their filming setup and their concept of audience. 9. Jasmine got disturbed by a stalker. During stream in Japan, Twitch streamer Jasmine was doing a solo IRL stream while walking through a Japanese neighborhood, streets quiet, lights dim, and chat keeping her company. She joked, read comments aloud, and interacted in her usual upbeat tone. But then, something changed in the mood of the stream. The camera shakes a little as Jasmine turns around. A man, off-screen at first, has apparently been following her. Jasmine tries to brush it off with a half-laugh, saying, "This guy's still behind me," but viewers can hear her tone shift ever so slightly. The man approaches. He's wearing a mask and walks casually but deliberately. Jasmine turns the camera on him briefly, a classic IRL streamer move for transparency, and says something in English. "You're scaring me, man." Then she picks up her pace. Her tone is still trying to be polite, but you can tell she's on alert. The man continues following closely. Jasmine looks back again. "I'm being stalked," she says calmly, almost like she's trying to downplay it to herself as much as to the audience. But the man doesn't stop. He follows her across intersections, around corners, and even as she tries to stop and pretend she's heading somewhere with purpose. At one point, she turns the camera directly toward him and says, "Stop following me." Seriously, her voice is firm but controlled. She knows she's live and wants to stay composed. Meanwhile, her Twitch chat floods with concern. "Get out of there. Call someone. He's not going away." Jasmine's face shows that she's reading the same messages, but she stays focused. She takes out her phone, possibly to call someone or act like she's filming. Eventually, she tries to duck into a better lit street and crosses over, trying to lose him in a public area. What stands out most in the footage is Jasmine's composure. Despite the fear, she never screams, never runs. She stays aware of her surroundings and seems to rely on the stream as a safety net. At one point she says, "This is why I don't stream at night anymore." That one sentence says a lot. It's not the first time she's had to deal with this kind of attention, and based on her calm yet cautious behavior, it probably won't be the last. After about 10 minutes of dodging and redirecting, Jasmine finally seems to lose the man. She stops for a moment to breathe, checks her stream, and reassures viewers. "Okay, I think I'm good now." That was weird. This wasn't a prank or a dramatized video. It was a raw moment that shows what many solo IRL streamers, especially women, face regularly. Being followed, watched, approached, all while the world is watching through a phone screen. Jasmine handled it with a level of grace and awareness that not everyone could maintain. But it shouldn't be something anyone has to deal with, just to share their walk through a neighborhood. 8. Dr. Disrespect heard gunshots. Dr. Disrespect, known off-stream as Herschel Guy Beam, is a larger-than-life persona in gaming culture. His charismatic, combative, confident character and over-the-top arena set made him a Twitch icon. On a stream in September 2018, though, he stepped off character for a moment of chilling reality. While streaming PUBG from his home in Encinitas, California, Beam stopped mid-commentary when a loud bang echoed through his room. He froze. He turned off his headset. His energy shifted. Moments later, he stood up and said without warning, "Is somebody shooting at my fudding house?" He ended the broadcast immediately. What had been a fictional battle inside a game had become something dangerously real. News outlets later verified the incident. Police discovered a bullet hole in a window frame. Investigators determined the projectile was likely from a low-velocity pellet gun aimed from an unknown location. Authorities said no injuries were reported. Nearby residents, paired with camera footage from Beam's house, helped confirm the date and timing of the incident, making the live reaction one of the earliest witness accounts. Viewers flooded chat with concern. Social media lit up not about high scores or kill streaks, but about streamer safety. Dr. Disrespect later posted that he was unharmed and that his family was safe. He spoke briefly about the experience outside his stage persona, describing it as surreal and emphasizing the importance of content creators being able to feel secure in their own homes. The incident led to decisions. He left Twitch shortly after, citing concerns over personal security. While he eventually returned under new conditions, the episode marked a turning point in how streamers considered privacy and visibility. This wasn't staged. There was no scoreboard, and there was no rehearsal. A gamer's fictional battle was interrupted by something real, an assault on his safe space. The incident revealed uncomfortable truths about life online. Performers and content creators aren't just on stage. They can be vulnerable in their own living rooms. Their audience doesn't just watch, they can see. The bullet hole's existence, Beam's stunned pause, and the community's real-time reactions created a moment of transparency rarely seen in live broadcasting. It was a reminder. Even jocular on-screen personas rest behind real doors. 7. Cohen, 77, playing Tibia when gunmen appeared. Without warning, two armed individuals burst into the room. Their entrance caught both the streamer and his audience completely off guard. Viewers watched in real time as one of them brandished a firearm, clearly wielded to intimidate rather than for show. Cohen instantly froze. From that moment, the chat erupted with concern and disbelief. Several viewers called local authorities, providing timestamps, location clues, and urging an immediate response. The overlapping sound of gameplay and muted threat created tense, surreal moments for everyone watching. The men searched the room for valuables. Cohen, 77, complied quietly, hands visible, as viewers shouted in chat, urging him to stay calm and safe. Miraculously, he was not harmed. The gunman left after taking a few visible items. Once the intruders exited and Cohen regained composure, he ended the stream abruptly and safely locked the door. Authorities were alerted by online witnesses, and police later confirmed they were investigating the break-in. While public details remained limited, viewers later reported seeing the suspect apprehended nearby. Several stolen items were recovered. Thousands watched the ordeal live, an unplanned, live-streamed crime unfolding in real life. Cohen's audience reacted quickly, sharing the stream and reaching out to help. What started as entertainment became a lifeline. Their response offers a striking reminder. Livestream audiences can serve as unexpected first responders. In this case, a virtual community turned viewers into witnesses, prompting real-world intervention. 6. Kutra got swatted live. On August 27th, 2014, Jordan Mathewson, better known online as Kutra, was doing what he normally did, live streaming a match of Counter-Strike Global Offensive. The game was going smoothly, and thousands of fans were tuned in, watching him from his small office in Littleton, Colorado. Then, without warning, the stream took a chilling turn. Roughly 20 minutes into the session, viewers heard a commotion in the background. The game continued, but off-camera, voices started echoing, louder, harsher. Then Jordan looked up. A bright red dot from a rifle-mounted laser danced across his body. Armed officers stormed in, shouting commands. All of this was captured, not by CCTV, but by Kutra's own live broadcast. His microphone picked up everything. He was told to get on the ground. And with no warning, the stream was cut. Kutra had been swatted, the term used when someone makes a fake emergency call to law enforcement, often claiming that a hostage situation or shooting is taking place. The goal: provoke a full-blown SWAT team response to the victim's address. In this case, The hoax caller had claimed that someone in Kutra's building had shot 2 co-workers and was holding others hostage. Given the serious nature of the false report, authorities responded in full tactical gear, believing they were walking into a life-or-death situation. Jordan was detained briefly, but quickly cleared when officers realized the report was false. Still, the moment had already gone viral. Not only had thousands of fans witnessed the incident unfold live, but the video was clipped and shared across platforms almost instantly. The footage struck a nerve. It was one of the first major swatting incidents to be captured so clearly on a public live stream. For many, it was the first time they saw how easily the digital world could trigger real-world consequences, dangerous ones. Authorities condemned the prank immediately. Littleton police said the swatting wasted resources, put lives at risk, and created unnecessary panic in the building and nearby community. Online, fellow creators rallied behind Kutra, expressing relief that he wasn't hurt and condemning the person responsible. Many also began to push for stronger legislation against swatting, and over the years, several states have enacted laws that impose harsh penalties on hoax emergency calls. In Kutra's case, the FBI got involved in the investigation. The caller was later tracked down and charged. While details about the individual weren't widely disclosed, the legal consequences were very real. Kutra stayed mostly quiet in the immediate aftermath. In a later interview, he shared that the experience was deeply unsettling. "You never expect the game to stop with real guns pointed at you," he said. He also expressed concern that someone could have been seriously hurt, not just him, but an officer walking into a perceived deadly situation. He resumed streaming later, but the incident forever changed the way many creators thought about personal security, location privacy, and how easily things can spiral out of control online. 5. Amaranth releases footage from her robbery. In March 2024, Caitlin Siragusa, better known online as Amaranth, released something far more serious than her usual livestream content. On her YouTube channel, she posted surveillance footage that captured an unnerving and very real event, a home invasion at her residence in Houston, Texas. Although the robbery had occurred months prior, Amaranth had remained largely silent about the full details until she decided to release the footage. What viewers saw was stark, masked individuals moving with precision and urgency through her property, searching drawers, opening doors, and rifling through her belongings. She explained that the robbery had been both well-planned and targeted. Her home security system captured the break-in from multiple angles, with one clip showing a person carrying what appeared to be a storage case, allegedly containing cryptocurrency hardware wallets and valuables. According to her statement, the burglars stole hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of assets, including digital currencies. And yet, police had struggled to track them down in the months since. Amaranth is one of Twitch and YouTube's most followed creators. Known for her variety streams, ASMR content, and online business ventures, her name is often associated with performance and controversy, but this time it was something deeply personal. This event reminded viewers that being a public figure, especially one whose lifestyle is often on display, can attract more than just fans. It can attract real-world risk. Her decision to finally share the security footage was not just about exposure, it was a statement, showing the reality behind the polished streams and the curated life seen online. After the footage was published, viewers expressed a mixture of shock and concern. Many praised her for having an advanced surveillance system and for remaining composed throughout the aftermath. Others questioned how such a high-profile figure could be left vulnerable. The comments under her video quickly filled with support and calls for justice. Several fellow content creators echoed her message about online safety and the importance of digital privacy, especially for streamers with large followings. Amaranth's video isn't about entertainment. It's a clear reminder that the boundary between online and offline is thinner than we think. When someone's digital footprint becomes massive, it can unintentionally invite real-world threats. This robbery wasn't just a loss of money, it was a breach of trust and privacy. The footage is chilling not because it's dramatic, but because it's real, quiet, calculated, and far too possible. 4. Japanese streamer attempted to climb Mount Fuji in off-season and slipped. On a cold October afternoon in 2019, a Japanese live streamer known as Tetsu embarked on a solo winter ascent of Mount Fuji, Japan's sacred peak. Broadcasting from his phone via a Japanese streaming platform, he chronicled every step of the climb, right up until the moment everything went wrong. Climbing outside the official July-August season, the route was covered in deep snow, wind, and slippery terrain. Standing at approximately 3,776 meters, the summit was cloaked in ice. During the climb, he lamented repeatedly on camera about his numb fingers, making attempts to warm them under his arms while continuing to film. At one point, he noted, "Oh, this place is slippery. It's dangerous. I'm slipping." A few seconds later, viewers heard him say, "Wait," followed by the unmistakable sound of a body sliding down a snow-laden slope. The footage cuts abruptly thereafter, leaving behind a frozen frame of snow and rock. Upon hearing the fall, dozens of livestream viewers contacted Japanese authorities, alerting them to the last known location and timestamp. Responders sprang into action. A 10-member rescue team mobilized alongside a helicopter search mission. 2 days later, a body was discovered at around 9,800 feet, approximately 2,988 meters, up the mountain. Officials stated they were verifying whether it matched the missing climber, given the location and full evidence captured on stream. Mount Fuji's official climbing season ends each year on September 10th. After that date, huts, guiding services, and rescue infrastructure are unavailable, and conditions become hazardous. While the law does not forbid winter climbs, Japanese authorities strongly discourage them due to the extreme risk of snow, wind, and steep terrain. Tetsu's decision to stream live at such altitude may have distracted him at a crucial moment. Local rescue officials later warned that live broadcasting during technical climbs presents added peril. 3rd Japanese live streamer accidentally burned down house. On an ordinary evening in October 2019, a Japanese man started a live stream from his home in Shikoku. His goal? To demonstrate a novelty match dipped in oil. But the stream quickly spiraled from a casual video to a real-time emergency, watched by thousands. The streamer, referred to online as Daisuke, had a habit of broadcasting mundane content, chats, experiments, little gadgets. That day, he lit the novelty match, but dropped it into a plastic bag filled with oil-soaked tissues and paper. Flames ignited almost instantly. The first few seconds of fire were small. Viewers in the chat began warning him. The livestream's text-to-speech bot, used to read viewer comments aloud, began repeating urgent messages. "Fire! Fire! Behind you!" instead of immediately extinguishing the fire or calling for help. Daisuke tried to manage it alone. First with a piece of cardboard, then with a small bottle of water. When that didn't work, he tried fanning it with a blanket. Each attempt only spread the flames further. As the room filled with smoke, the streamer seemed overwhelmed and unsure what to do. The chat pleaded with him to use a fire extinguisher or call emergency services, yet no extinguisher was in sight. Eventually, the flames became uncontrollable. The camera fell and the screen went dark, ending the live stream abruptly. News later confirmed that the fire spread across the 2-story building, damaging both floors. At least 3 people sustained minor injuries. Thankfully, no deaths were reported. The video went viral almost immediately. It was uploaded across forums, news sites, and video compilations titled things like "Top Livestream Fails" and "Streamer Catches Fire on Cam." But while some mocked the event, others saw it as a clear, cautionary tale. Fire safety experts pointed out that the situation escalated not because of a huge spark, but because of slow reaction, lack of preparedness, and panic. A fire extinguisher used in the first minute could likely have prevented the damage. This incident wasn't scripted, edited, or manipulated. It was a plain camera capturing a moment of real danger without jump cuts or special effects. It reminds us that live streams, for all their entertainment value, also capture real-time risks. It's unclear whether Darske resumed streaming after the incident. Some say he disappeared from the platform entirely. Others suggest the experience became a turning point for him. 2. Votesaxon07 used livestream as alibi to kill his girlfriend. McCullough's YouTube stream, titled "Violent Night Christmas Live Gaming Stream," claimed he was playing and unable to engage with chat due to a technical issue. Cyber forensic analysis later revealed the footage had been pre-recorded 4 days earlier. While the video played, prosecutors say McCullough instead travelled to Lurgan to kill Natalie. He eventually admitted under questioning that the stream did not occur on the night in question. Investigators then pieced together that he'd boarded a bus to Lurgan, allegedly committed the crime, and returned home by taxi. Surveillance footage confirmed his movements. McCullough's behaviour on stream included disturbing outbursts and odd references. During the supposed live broadcast, he inserted a poster of James Bond, "No Time to Die," and made cryptic comments, including saying, "That's why I like keeping violence in video games." Viewers say these events corresponded eerily with the timing of the murder. McCullough was arrested and initially cleared because authorities believed he had been live streaming. Once the alibi unravelled, he was rearrested and charged with the murder of Natalie McNally, who was pregnant at the time. He has since denied the charges. At a court hearing, prosecutors described the plot as sophisticated, calculated, and cool-headed, pointing to his capacity for deception. Further allegations surfaced. He allegedly left his phone in Natalie's parents' house afterward, recording over 40 minutes of audio, apparently to determine whether they suspected him. Prosecutors said his refusal to cooperate with the police was both unusual and suspicious. Bail was denied. In response, McNally's family and women's groups in Northern Ireland organised rallies demanding justice, mourning not only her loss, but the unborn child as well. Her brothers described her as fiercely independent and delighted to be a mother. This wasn't merely a failed live stream, it was a digital facade built to mislead authorities while a violent act unfolded. McCullough used modern technology, a pre-recorded video, as an attempted shield, yet forensic analysis, CCTV, and physical evidence dismantled the ruse. It illustrates a deep challenge. In the digital age, alibis can be manipulated, but technology, metadata, timestamps, surveillance can also unravel deception. For many viewers and absent advocates, the case spurred questions. Can live streams be trusted? Does online presence equal presence in the real world? And how can trust and technology be used for harm? 1. YouTuber Robbery caught paranormal activity during livestream. In 2017, popular gamer and YouTuber Robbery, real name Rubens de Souza, was live streaming Skyrim from a friend's apartment in Lyon, France. Known for his calm commentary and Cat's occasional cameo, the stream was decidedly mundane, until something far from normal happened. While seated with his cat, Elvis, Robsy was talking and gaming, when suddenly the door behind him creaked open and slammed shut with force. there was no one visible. Moments later, the hall light behind him began flickering on and off, even though Rubsy didn't touch the switch. Minutes passed. Items in the shared room moved on their own. A box shook, a chair rattled. No wind, no other people. Only subtle movement captured by the camera. The chat exploded. Comments like "door" and "lights" raced across the screen. Rubsy paused, looked relieved yet tense, but continued streaming as events unfolded. Within hours, audiences across Reddit and YouTube replayed the footage. Sportskeeda wrote, "YouTuber Rubsy's encounter with the paranormal is one of the most viral clips that has surfaced recently." Reddit threads debated whether it was real or staged. One viewer commented, "The lights started to dim on their own. A box fell off the table. He just stayed and gamed." Despite widespread attention, Rubsy later stated he believed the activity was genuine. He had stayed overnight in that apartment during vacation and had captured something unexplained. This wasn't a cinematic ghost story with red filters or jump scares. It was subtle and deeply unnerving because nothing felt edited, no soundtrack, no dramatic effects, just faint mechanical motion, a slammed door, flickering lights, and a flat, calm gaming stream continuing moment by moment. Rubsy claimed afterward that the stream wasn't planned to capture paranormal content, it simply recorded what happened. The ordinary backdrop, the cat, the game, the room, juxtaposed with unexplained movement, made the scene feel uniquely chilling. Rubsy's calm demeanor under pressure split viewers. Some admired his composure, others thought continuing looked disconnected or even disrespectful to the paranormal claim. A few accused him of exaggerating for views. In the end, that stream shaped him as someone who captured the inexplicable and let the audience interpret it. The clip has since been featured in compilation videos of top paranormal livestream moments. It stands as a rare example where the subject didn't scream. He simply noticed and kept playing. In the age of live streaming, cameras record more than gameplay. They capture unscripted reality. This incident reminds us that sometimes the most memorable moments aren't in-game. They're beside us. Rubsy's footage isn't horror. It's quiet uncertainty. It asks viewers, what would you do if your stream showed something unbelievable? Would you keep going or shut it off?